is here. Well, almost over now, and not really much of a summer, was it? But summer in South Africa means convertibles, and there are two gorgeous new specimens on the market in the form of the Audi A5 cabriolet and the LEXUS IS 250C.
This is like a match made in heaven. Your beautiful, angelic, white, stylish outfit goes perfectly with the Lexus.
And you're matching the Audi. But you are the Lexus fan. So
you think I should drive the Audi?
I think you should drive... Actually, no, I don't know, because if you drive the Lexus, you're never going to give an honest review because you're just too biased.
There we go.
But hang on, but you always flip and love Audi anyway.
You drive the Audi, you drive the Lexus. There we go.
So we're going to give one of those really
biased reviews. That's cool. I'm happy with the Audi, thanks.
We'll be like all the other motoring shows.
The Lexus is not just an IS 250 with the top chopped off. It's a whole new car that in fact shares very little body parts with its hardtop brother. The Audi is yet another gorgeous specimen from the four rings. The A5 has been a jaw-dropper for many consumers, and giving it the topless treatment only makes it more desirable.
The A5 Cabriolet is an absolute looker.
Yeah. I mean, have a look at the Lexus, seriously. What are you going on about?
Shush with your Lexus. What I really love about the A5...
But what we really love is this, because it's unique. We've seen lots of those Audi convertibles on the road.
Sure, it's different, but that doesn't mean it's good.
It means it's sexy, it means it's hot.
Anyway, what I really like about the Audi A5 Cabriolet, these beautiful, gorgeous lines that take from the bonnet to the A-pillar. 19-inch aluminium wheels, okay, 17 are standard, so these are a little bit extra. You've got the aluminium border around the grille, the halogen fog lights, it's got a shorter bum, you don't need all that space to put your boot away. I just love this car, it is so sexy.
Well, you need to look no further on the Lexus than the front end. That L badge stands for luxury. And I guess for all the other guys driving, it can also be losers for the bad selections they might have made. Front end on the Lexus, the IS 250 in the sedan was always sexy. This actually for me looks even better now. They've made the front overhang a little bit longer. And again, just very simple detailing that runs all the way from the front right through to the back. The rear end is the biggest improvement, I think. It actually looks really nice with the roof off or with the roof on. And that really is what you're looking for in a convertible, something that is sleek, something that is stylish, something that's going to turn heads. And the Lexus has certainly hit the nail on the head.
No, I think you'll find that the Audi is much more of a head turner.
So, to test the theory, we left the wide open space of the track and headed to the closest news cafe, where surely we could find discerning, posing type convertible buyers to settle the argument. First out of the blocks, the Lexus. Clearly doing well with the ladies. Finally, someone with some sense. This guy really had a good look. Eventually going with the 250. And this one took even longer. I think Mario's got to him. But eventually aesthetic sense prevailed. Not by much though. And with that still unsettled, we headed back to Kyalami to get to grips with the interiors of our contenders.
Audi's always set the benchmark when it comes to interiors, and obviously the A5 Cabriolet is no different. It's luxurious, it's plush, it's the Audi you've come to know and love.
Yeah, it's the Audi you've come to know, it's the VW you've come to know. You could be in an A3, a TT, a flippin' anything. The interiors are all the same.
Yes, which makes it very nice and familiar. You don't need to try and get used to everything again. It's all where you expect it to
And
be.
it's also incredibly boring because it is all the same. If I'm getting into a convertible, I want something exclusive, something that puts me in that bracket. That's why I'm spending the money. Lexus is all about luxury. We keep saying it, but you get into the interior of the car, the quality of the leather that they use, you just feel it the minute you grip the steering wheel, and you never get that in the Audi.
There's nothing wrong with my leather.
There is a bit.
There is nothing wrong with my leather. You've got leather on the steering wheel, you've got leather on the seats, you've got beautiful finishes.
It's the feel of the leather. Your leather is a bit of an old German bag who's been in the sun for too long. This is refined. I love the little chrome detailing they've brought through. Kept it very neat, very simple. Everything is in a heads-up display. You can see where you want to go. Sat navigation system, which of course does come standard in the Lexus, is very easy to use. It's just a very comfortable cabin.
Sure, there's a lot of things in the Lexus that are standard. It does have a high spec list, but you can get them on the Audi if you want to. And let's not forget that this is a cheaper car to start
Hang on.
with.
Okay, hang on. Is this that's that list you'd be talking about? You go through, it's got X's next to everything, which means it comes standard. Now, yeah, 550, 480. But if you start adding in your beautiful 19 inches for 10 grand and your adaptive cruise control for 13, and then you start adding in the sat-nav system for 28,000 rand, then suddenly the car that you really like and really, really want is going to cost more than the Lexus. So why not just get the car that's got all of it in standard? I'm sitting in the back, and that is something I am proud of, that I can actually fit into the back of the Lexus, because it's full seats in the back. The Audi, I mean, seriously, if I get into my driving position, I'd need to put my legs behind my ears, and I'm not that flexible.
I think you're talking rubbish.
Well, look at the size of you.
Sure, but I've got it more than okay, fine, your legs are longer than mine, but
And your seat is positioned so high at the moment that if you put into my driving position, I could never fit in the back.
okay, I think I'm losing this battle. Let's move on to the next thing.
No, but I'd like to compliment you on something.
What?
One thing I do like about the A5 convertible, maybe that's something Lexus could think about, is I love that little mechanical arm
Yes,
that delivers the
very
seatbelt.
handy.
I think that is very cool. What Lexus has, they've got this little tracking system, so your seatbelt is always there, easy to find. What is cool though, which maybe, you know, if you weren't such a bitch, you could actually concede a point to me, is you got to love this little button when you actually push it on the side, and it just slides forward and gives you ease of access.
Okay, there are some little things on the Lexus that make it more, but you know, that's Lexus versus Audi, and that's a conversation that could go on forever.
So I win.
No.
No, I do win this one.
On the interior, fine.
And so to the good stuff, the drive of the Audi A5 cab versus the Lexus IS 250C. And of course, the Audi with its soft-top roof gets off the line way before the Lexus. And before you complain that we aren't squealing our way around the track, we're not here to test that. We're at Kyalami simply because it's wide enough to track both vehicles.
Okay, so Auntie Marius might have some points about the interior.
You've probably gathered this is war between Lindsay and myself. Let me prove to you just how predictable women are. What Lindsay's going to do when she talks about the driving of the A5, she's going to focus on performance.
But I think it's in the drive that the Audi really, really shines. Well, if you're looking for performance, that is.
And sure, it's a 2-litre turbo, so it's got more kilowatts and it's got more torque, quite a lot more torque.
Once that turbo kicks in, you get all the pleasure at the end of your foot that you just don't get in the Lexus.
But when you're driving in a convertible, it's not about how quickly you get there, but it's about how you get there. And that for me is where the Lexus is impeccable. Sure, 2.5 litre V6 engine, 153 kilowatts, 250 odd newton meters of torque, that's ample.
Sitting around the same kilowatts at about 155 in the FSI, but that turbo gives you much more torque. You've got 350 newton meters, and you really do feel it. Yes, Marius will whinge about the delivery of that power and the all or nothingness of an Audi drive.
And the power is delivered in that really luxurious, smooth way through the 6-speed auto box. The gear changes are sublime. The car is so smooth to drive, and that whole experience gives you that feel of luxury, which is what you want. And there again is another big difference. In South Africa, with a hard top, you've got that additional safety. When the weather's bad, you've got that protection overhead as well. And for me, obviously, the biggest difference is the noise. cruising with the roof on in the Lexus is a real humbling, quiet experience. It feels like you are in a Zen garden. You're never going to get that in the fabric shod Audi A5.
Handling wise, it's a sporty drive, very direct steering through the front wheels. I will concede that it's a bit twitchy. You do see that traction control light coming on quite often, even when you're not pushing it hard. There's loads of torque steer, but I think with the A5 cab, it would just be a matter of getting used to the car and how it drives and how it handles.
Other things they've thought about, which for me are pretty special as well, is how they've adapted their climatic control system. So it senses that the roof is off and it judges the speed that you're driving, and it obviously then delivers the optimum airflow to the car. They've also improved the way the air is distributed throughout the car, and they've also improved their heating system. So when you are riding with the top down, you're going to ensure that you and all your passengers are sorted out. It also comes standard I said, with heated seats. These are all things you're going to have to pay for in the Audi. So the driving experience when the roof is off is going to be cozy and snug and super refined.
Yeah, Marius is probably going to waffle on and on about safety and comfort.
When the roof is down, it's something that everybody fears is safety. If the car rolls over or something had happened, I'm going to land on my noggin. Well, that's where Lexus have been supreme as well. They've got a 5-star NCAP rating, both for Europe and American markets. They've actually made their side impact airbags a lot bigger, so it actually gives you extra protection around the head zone. It also comes with knee airbags for front and passenger. So really, from a safety point of view, you cannot fault them.
Ultimately, you know, a convertible is A, for cruising, but B, for posing. You know, you want to look good, and that's where the Audi wins, hands down.
But again, I think that is the important thing. This is not a high-performance vehicle that you want to be thumping around the corners, but instead you want to get the top down and go for a leisurely cruise around Camps Bay. And I don't think the Audi can come close. Sure, it might look a little bit sportier, but hey, I'm at that age now where I want to give off that image of success, luxury, refinement. Lexus is in a class of its own.
So you might win on some counts, but when it comes to boot space, I'm definitely top of the pops.
Come on, it's not even a competition.
Yeah, it's not a competition because you can't win it. I agreed. Okay, it's not about practicality.
No, hang on. You've got a convertible, I've got a convertible, sure, we're competing. But you a flimsy soft top and I've got a hard top, and as far as hard tops goes, it's class leading. But who cares about boots?
It might be class leading, but you still can't put anything in it. Yes, who cares about boots? What are we summarizing?
Well, these cars aren't practical, so I think arguing about that is ridiculous.
Yeah.
At least with my hard top, I don't sacrifice ride quality, and it is super, super quiet. When I'm driving, I've got a coupe as well as a convertible.
The A5 is quiet as well.
Yeah, very quiet. If you've got your sound system blaring and you can't hear anything else, maybe. But it's come on, please.
But you actually don't want
Admit
to. You know what? I will admit that you don't really want to hear the engine of this car because it doesn't sound great.
It doesn't. So you've got all the performance in this turbo, and it's like, you don't even hear it. This V6 grunt. It's amazing. It actually sounds like it's got some balls. Sure, it doesn't back it up with performance, but then again, I'm not here to perform, I'm here to look cool.
Speaking of performance, that your car is like a bit of a gymnast with the roof opening. It's like legs and arms and look at me.
It's an event.
It is an
when
event.
You take the roof off, when you go topless, it's an event. You people won't even really notice.
Yeah, but you need all this space.
But at least I've got sensors to tell me that I have enough space to take my roof off. So at least they thought of that, because I agree with you, it is quite a dramatic thing. But it's a big deal for Lexus, you know. Second convertible in South Africa in our market. It's good.
Yeah. Okay.
We're going to keep arguing. We're just not going to agree, are we?
We are.
So how do we settle this? Oh, so you're giving it to me.
Yeah. And you're going to give me the Lexus, and we'll settle it.
See how easy they give away Audis, eh? Just like that. Okay.